Viktor Orbán has issued a warning to the rest of Europe, and it's one that should not be taken lightly. In a time when many Western leaders are bending under the weight of globalist pressure, cultural chaos and open border ideology, Orbán stands firm, unwavering and clear in his message. Europe must protect its borders, its culture and its people, because without strong borders there can be no strong Europe. Have a watch. This is laudable.
We do not allow people in, and those who are already here must be removed. It is as simple as that. We must protect our borders and our countries. Weak borders create weak Europe, while strong borders create a strong Europe. If Brussels does not like this, we must either change the rules or opt out of them, just as our Dutch friends did. We Hungarians selected the way of running a rebellion. We in Hungary don't let any migrants in, whatever Brussels says. Nationwide organized rebellion based on law and referendum. That was the way how we protected our nation against the migration.
This is a leader who sees through the smokescreen of progressive slogans and political correctness. He sees what is really at stake. While much of Western Europe has surrendered to the tide of mass migration, cultural dilution and ideological surrender, Viktor Orbán has drawn a line in the sand. And he's not just defending Hungary, he's defending the very soul of Europe.
This is whatever with the other country leaders who represent their own national interest. So I don't represent the globalist elite here, or the European bureaucrats, or somebody who is just, swimming on the sky. No, it's not my job. I'm standing firmly on the basis of the national interest. And I would like to make deal, compromise, agreements with the others who represent also their national interest, because Hungary first. You are from Germany. I suppose for you, Germany is the first. That's right. So let's sit down and understand what is good for the Germans, what is for the Hungarians. You are big, we are smaller. Let's make a deal how to cooperate. That's European politics. Not to say that you should follow the unity, shut up. That's what you are saying. It's impossible. It's impossible. So that's the difference.
Make your opinion count by liking this video and promoting it for more awareness. Also, share and subscribe to our channel for upcoming updates. Let's challenge the narrative together. Weak borders create weak Europe, while strong borders create a strong Europe. These words are not just a slogan, they are a warning, a philosophy, and a call to action. Orbán is not waiting for Brussels to come to its senses. He's not expecting the bureaucrats to suddenly rediscover the values that built this continent. He knows better. That's why Hungary is doing what others won't, taking real, tangible steps to preserve the identity, faith, and future of Europe. And now he wants to go even further. Viktor Orbán has announced plans to form a Christian NATO, an alliance of nations and leaders committed to protecting not just borders, but beliefs. It is an initiative aimed at preserving Christianity in Europe and defending Christians across the world. In a time when Christians are persecuted globally and mocked or ignored in their own homelands, Orbán's vision is nothing short of revolutionary. He understands something many leaders have forgotten. Europe is more than just a collection of countries and treaties. It is a civilization rooted in Judeo-Christian values, in traditions that stretch back centuries, values that gave birth to the rule of law, to human rights, to democracy itself. And without those roots, the tree collapses. Orbán has made it crystal clear. Hungary will not compromise. The failures of Western Europe, its open-door policies, its failure to integrate newcomers, its loss of cultural confidence, will not be repeated in Budapest. This is a nation that remembers its history, its identity, and its duty to protect both. And the people are noticing. From all across Europe, voices of support are rising. In France, a woman recently went viral for her message to Viktor Orbán. With tears in her eyes and pride in her voice, she thanked Hungary's Prime Minister for his courage, his leadership, and his unwillingness to surrender to the forces trying to reshape Europe into something unrecognizable. She said what millions are thinking but are too afraid to say. The French wish they had a leader like Viktor Orbán. And who can blame them? While France is torn apart by protests, insecurity and cultural fragmentation, Hungary is standing tall, united by a clear identity and a leader who will not be swayed by globalist demands. Orbán doesn't care about pleasing the elites in Brussels. He cares about protecting his people. But make no mistake, he is under attack because of it. According to Orbán, George Soros has an entire army at his service. An army not made of soldiers, but of something far more dangerous: money, NGOs, media networks, think tanks, and the Brussels bureaucracy. Together, they push a globalist agenda that seeks to erase borders, dilute cultures, and centralize power under an unelected elite. Soros and those like him envision a world where nations no longer have the right to say no. No to mass immigration, no to social engineering, no to the destruction of tradition. But Orbán is saying no, and he's doing it loudly. He's calling for the end of this globalist experiment. He's calling for a return to sovereignty, to strength, to sanity. He says it's time to get rid of the globalists and make Europe great again. This is not just a Hungarian issue, it's a European one. Because if Hungary can resist, so can others. If Hungary can lead, so can others. Orbán's leadership is lighting a fire across the continent, reminding people that they don't have to accept the path they're on. They can turn around, they can fight back, and they can reclaim what has been lost. He is building alliances not just in Eastern Europe, but with like-minded leaders across the world. Leaders who understand that a nation without borders is not a nation. That a people who forget their past will have no future. That faith, family, and freedom are not outdated concepts, they are the foundation of any thriving society. Orbán is not afraid to speak the truth. He's not afraid to say that Europe is under siege, not just militarily, but culturally, ideologically, and spiritually. And unless something changes, the Europe of tomorrow will be one where the people no longer recognize their own cities, where churches are empty, and where tradition is replaced with chaos. But there is still hope. There is still time to stand up, to say enough is enough, to protect what matters. Viktor Orbán is showing the way, and more Europeans are realizing that he is not the problem, he may be the solution. The road ahead will not be easy. The pressure will increase, the attacks will intensify. But Orbán has made it clear, Hungary will not bow, and if enough nations follow suit, Europe can be saved. The message is simple, powerful, and urgent. Make Europe strong again. Not with slogans or shallow promises, but with action, with strong borders, with strong leaders, with a strong commitment to the values that built this continent. Europe must stand together, not as a playground for bureaucrats or a testing ground for social experiments, but as a civilization worth defending. The time for silence is over. The time for compromise is over. The time for leadership is now. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of Viktor Orbán's bold stance. Do you believe Europe needs a Christian alliance? Do you think other leaders should follow Hungary's example? Or has the West gone too far to turn back? If you believe in faith, freedom, and the right of nations to defend themselves, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We'll keep bringing you the voices and stories the mainstream media refuses to cover. The world is watching, the people are rising, and with leaders like Viktor Orbán, there is still hope. Until next time, stay strong, stay proud, and never stop standing for your country.